Hi there, today we're unboxing some Wi-Fi smart plugs. So this particular one is by a company called TECKIN. Details are in the description below for anyone thinking of purchasing. So let's take a quick look around the packaging. So it comes nicely packaged. This particular package contains 4 smart plugs. So these are quite compact in design, so you can see a rough idea of what it looks like there. And if we come around here, so it's saying app control, voice control, Wi-Fi connection, and you can set timers on that. If I come around here and come in close, so just some details to note. Obviously it's only compatible with 2.4 gigahertz of Wi-Fi, and input voltage is AC 100 volts to 240 volts, and there's a maximum load current of 10 amps. So for instance, you wouldn't be plugging this in with a kettle, for example, so that could overload it and obviously cause problems. Another thing to note, it comes with a 12 months warranty as well, so pretty cool. Let's come around here. The app you can use with this is Smart Life, so it also works with apps like Tuya as well. And back to the beginning and nothing else. So let's open it up and see what you get in the packaging. Okay, so I've laid out everything you get in the packaging, so let me quickly go through the items. So initially you get a user manual, and just to show, opens up and all details are in English for this one. And let's show the other side as well. So I use the Smart Life app quite a lot, and that's what this one's using, so quite pleased with that. Okay, and then you've just got the 4 plugs, there's nothing else in there. So let's have a look at one of the plugs. So build construction seems good, all matte white finish on there, and you've got a button at the side. In terms of dimensions, if I bring my ruler in, just to give a brief idea, so it's about 5.5 by approximately just over 3. So I'd say about 3.3-ish in depth, so really compact. And if I come round here, you've got a button, so obviously that would be for an override, so you can turn it on and off without using the app, and you can use this to reset the device as well, so if you're having problems connecting it to your Wi-Fi. And coming around, there's nothing more. So just to show the actual design as well, there's a slight line going around there, and if we come around this way, made in China, you've got the iOS, Android QR code, so that's probably for the app, and smart socket, that's the model on there, and obviously highlighting the maximum load. That's it. So build quality feels good and nice design to it. Okay, so let's make a start at setting up this smart plug. So very straightforward. I'm at my Android phone, and if I go to the Play Store and I want to search for Smart Life, and it's just here. So if I click that, I've already got it installed, so if you haven't, obviously install it, register an account, and then sign in. So if I open this up now, so this will sign me in straight away, and this is what you're presented with. Obviously I've got additional items already configured on there, as you can see, so that's what I'm using currently. So very straightforward to add this device. So if I click the plus icon, we'll click socket, and we want to plug in the device and check that it's rapidly blinking. So the actual plug itself, got a power strip here, I'll plug it straight in. If I lift it up slightly, you can just see a subtle blue light flashing away in the background. So that's ready to take a configuration. So if I confirm that now, and next you'd have to enter in your Wi-Fi password, and mine's already cached as I've used the app already. So if I click confirm, let's give it a moment. And there you go, added, as simple as that. So shown as smart socket, and if I click done, there you go, straight in there. So if I come out, just to show what it looks like that. So it's smart socket, and you've got a power button there, so I can turn it on and off from there. If I go in there, let me quickly show you around the app. So if I click on the edit option, standard sort of options here, so you can rename the device, you've got the device location, you can check the device network. These are third-party controls it's compatible with, so Alexa, Google Assistant, and IFTTT. Then you've got share device, so you can share it with another person. create group, so you can group multiple of these devices together. Device information, so that would be IP address, MAC address details. Then you've got an FAQ and feedback, check firmware, upgrade, and remove device. So very straightforward. And big button here to turn it on and off. And if I just show it from a side perspective, you can see the blue light turning on, meaning it's on. Okay, next you've got switch here as well, so you can turn it off, on and off from there. Time left, so that's like a countdown, so you can set it to turn off after a certain period. So for instance, if you had a device running and you wanted to turn it off after a while, this is the way to do it. So a good example would be a mobile phone. If you've got it charging and you know it's going to be an hour or two, you just set a countdown for 2 hours, for instance, and then it'll shut off after that. Okay, then you've got schedule. So on here you can actually set timers. So if I click add schedule, you can set a time, say when you want this action to happen, and then you can set what you want to happen, so turn it on or off. So let me give you an example. So if I said on Sunday, Tuesday and Friday at 4:01 you wanted the switch to turn on, if I click save, that's what you'll see. And the good thing about these sort of devices is the fact that you can disable the actual timer. So you can set these timers in advance, and if you're going on holiday, for instance, you can actually turn them on, and then obviously it will turn the device on and off as and when, and then obviously when you're back you can just turn off the timer, so it's not going on automatically. So quite cool functionality, and that's it, as simple as that really on the app. Okay, so let's show this smart plug in action. So if I click here, there you go, turns on, turns off, that's one way. If I go in there, there's the other way, and obviously third one is there. Not sure why they've got two buttons, no real point. Obviously if you're in here, clicking either or of these is no big deal. Okay, so the next thing to show, if I drop down here, turn off my Wi-Fi, give my phone a moment to connect to 4G. There you go, it's connected. Click it now, as quick as that. Now, interesting thing to note with all these sort of smart devices, if I click on schedule, you can see the timer there. So as long as you've got the plug plugged in and it's turned on, if you do forget to set the timer, you can just enable it when you're out and about. And if you don't want to do that, you can obviously go here and turn it on and off as needed. So there you go, excellent functionality and can be controlled remotely without opening any ports on your router. Okay, so next I'm going to show how to set up the smart plug to work with both the Amazon Alexa and the Google Home. So very straightforward. I've shown this before. I'll just demonstrate it again very quickly. So Amazon Alexa, if I start that up, click here in the corner, click on skills and games, and then we want to search for Smart Life. And this is the skill you want to enable. So if I click on that, mine's already enabled, so all you do, if you haven't got it enabled, enable it, and then it will prompt you for your username and password for the Smart Life app. Enter that in, and then wait for it to actually link to your account. Once it's linked, that's it. Then if I go to devices, okay, so if I go to plugs, scroll down, and there you go, smart socket. So if I click, there you go, you can turn it on from here, you can turn it off from there. If I click on it, you can control it from here as well. Okay, if I click here on settings, you can rename the device to give it more of a distinct name. You can create a routine as well to link it to do other things. And let's go back from there. Now, if I unmute my Alexa, I can say, turn on smart socket.
Okay.
Turn off smart socket.
Okay.
There you go. Simple as that to get set up with your Amazon Alexa. Okay, so next, let me show how to set up this smart plug with the Google Home. So very straightforward. And if I click on the Home app here, click in the corner and go to Settings, and then Assistant, and then Home Control. And next we click the Add button, and we want to search for Smart Life, but in this instance I've already added it in. So if you haven't got it, add it in, it'll ask for your account details for your Smart Life app. It will link to the app. And then if I go back now, go to home, and we just scroll down, we should see it in here. And it's this one, so Smart Plug. So if I click on, and if I click off, there you go, there's a shortcut turning it on and off. And if I click on there, again, you can turn it on, turn it off. Okay, so next, let me rename the plug to a more distinct name. So I could call it Studio Lamp. There you go. Okay, so next, if I
the microphone is back on
my Google Home, I can say turn on Studio Lamp.
Okay, turning the studio lamp on.
Turn off Studio Lamp.
Sure, turning the studio lamp off.
There you go, as simple as that to set up and configure with the Google Home. Okay, so next, just to show the override button in action. So if I press it, the lamp turns on. If I press it again, it turns off. So you're not reliant on your actual mobile phone to control it, or your Google Home or Amazon Alexa. Okay, so we're going to plug in the smart plug just to show what it's like being plugged in and the fact it doesn't touch the button in any way. So TECKIN did do another smart plug which was square, and it just touched the side of the button, which caused it to always be in the on position. So this is a much nicer design, and obviously you can turn it on and off as well. And there you go, you can see the light there to turn it on and off. So the override. So great design. Okay, so you've seen the unboxing and setup of this smart plug. Very simple to set up and configure. Design wise, I love the design, the fact it's so small and compact. You've got the override switch, which I've already mentioned, and the fact it can be controlled remotely. The only negative point I guess I could make about it is the fact that it doesn't have the energy monitoring on there. So it'd be a nicety to have that. And again, just to note, don't overload it with devices like a kettle, for instance. So that could obviously cause damage to the plug. So there you go. Hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing this. Details are in the description below. Thanks for viewing, and don't forget to like and subscribe.